Hello, and welcome to Should You Play Honkai Star Rail? So, Honkai Star Rail's release date was shown to us a few days ago. It is going to be April 26th. So, that's just about a month away from this video, and I figured a lot of people are curious. Should I play it? Is it good? What are the good and bads of the game? So I'm going to be going over briefly how the game plays and some of the main concept for you guys so you can get a better understanding. I have played the last closed beta. Well, not a ton of it, but I played enough of it to understand pretty much the main mechanics. I was pretty much saving myself, so when the game comes out, I'm not already like, oh, well, I've already beaten all this. It's, kind of boring. The burnout can be real. Anyway, let's get into the video. So the gameplay is pretty fun. I'm going to make a lot of similarities to Genshin just because, it is the same company. Apparently, it is the same team as well who made Genshin working on this game. So there's going to be a lot of things in common. I know a lot of people sometimes aren't a big fan of comparing stuff to Genshin, but I mean this in the most literal sense. It basically is, Genshin. But pretty much, Honkai Star Rail is a turn-based RPG, which is already, a huge difference from Genshin, so there's that. But personally, I really enjoy the turn-based. Pretty much, if you played, I know some of the Final Fantasy games have it. I believe Epic 7 plays like this as well. It is going to have speed. Pretty much, the faster your characters are, the higher up on the action chain they are going to be. If your character is slower, then they're going to be lower on the list. Faster characters are going to be able to attack more. Slower characters are going to attack less. You get the gist of it. So, with that said, you pretty much take turns going down the list of, who has the highest speed, who has the second highest speed. And there's stuff in-game, like there's characters who can slow enemies, there's characters who can increase their own speed, whatever it may be to change, how much you attack or what your attack order is. So there's that. You can have your basic attack, you have your E, which is your special skill, and then you have your ultimate. Your ultimate can only be launched once you have enough energy to, and the cool thing about your ultimate, while your normal attack and your special skill can only be activated when it's that character's turn, your ultimate, when timed properly, can pretty much just be launched whenever. If you're real quick with it, you can launch it before an enemy's turn comes around, and you could ult them and kill them, and then you don't have to worry about it, which is really cool, honestly. There's probably going to be a lot of crazy combinations with ulting at certain times to get certain buffs or debuffs off, so I'm very excited to see more of the high-tier gameplay, as I wasn't able to get around to it myself. But that's pretty much just the core mechanics, just your classic RPG of, make the enemy's HP 0 before they get your HP to 0. Now, this is a gacha game. If you don't know what a gacha game is, pretty much, there's a ton of different gameplay elements to gacha games, but the main thing is to get more characters or weapons, whatever it may be, you have to summon. Now, with gacha games, I will say this right now, if you have a history of gambling or not spending money, you might want to limit yourself by don't connect any sort of credit card, bank card, whatever it may be, because these games can be rather addicting. As someone who has spent a good amount of money on gacha games, I can tell you, you'll see new flashy character and then boom, a bunch of money's gone. So do be careful with that. But other than that, let's get into the gacha system. So, just like Genshin Impact, there is going to be character banners. There's going to be weapon, quote-unquote, banners. They're called light cones in this. And then there's going to be the standard banner. The standard banner will probably not be updated that much. I know in Genshin it's received 2 characters. Not sure how this game will take that route, but hopefully they update it. But it's going to have the standard pool of characters, while the other 2 banners are going to have a new featured character that can only be summoned on that banner. When the banner leaves, you won't be able to pull for that character. And then on the weapon banner / light cone, I'm going to be saying weapon / light cone a lot, just so people who don't know what a light cone is will understand what it is. But anyway, there will be a light cone banner with said character's light cone. Pretty much, that means that a light cone is probably the best in slot for that character or is linked to that character in some way. So 3 banners, unless they start doing multiple in the future. But regardless of that, you probably want to know the rates, because of course, if you play gacha games, you want to get lucky. You want to get the flashy new character. The rates in Honkai are 0.6%, which is actually a bit higher than some other gacha games I've seen. It's not the highest, but it's pretty good. I'd say I think 765 is generally considered pretty good. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on that are. But every 90 warps, which is 90 singles, so it's 9 multis, you're guaranteed a 5-star character. Just like Genshin, if you do not get the featured 5-star character, the second 5-star you pull on a banner will be said character. And best thing about it is it transfers over to other banners. So let's say you're summoning on the first character, which should be Sealy. Let's say you don't get her, right? You pull, let's say Welt. That happened to me. I pulled Welt. The next banner, let's say you want to summon for, it could be Sealy again when she comes back. It could be whoever, right? If you pull on their banner and you pull a 5-star, you are guaranteed the character, which is really nice. I think Genshin is very underrated for having that. I think a lot of gacha games should have a mechanic like that, so I view that as a W. Now, there are 4 stars as well. The 4-star rate is 5.1%. That is cut in half because there's also 4-star light cones that you can pull on every banner, not just the weapon/light cone banner. Those are 2.5, it's 2.550%, and then 2.550% for the character/light cones. So it equals up to 5.1. The chance of pulling a featured 4-star is 13%. The chance of pulling the featured 5-star, it says it's 1.6%. I'm not too sure about the 1.6 because they worded it a little weirdly in this. I'll probably have it up on screen, but 13% for a featured 4-star, and there's 3 on the character one. Not too bad. I've actually had pretty good luck pulling the featured 4-stars, so if you're a 4-star enjoyer, not to worry. You'll pull probably plenty of them. And then every 10 warps, which is a multi, will guarantee one of the characters or a light cone. And it says the chance of obtaining a 4-star character or light cone from the guarantee is 99.4%, and the chance of obtaining a 5-star is the 0.6%. So that is pretty cool. I know in certain games, when you get to your guaranteed 4-star character, it's pretty much just locking you to a character. So I've had this happen to me in one game where a banner is about to leave. I have enough for a single, but that single is going to trigger my 4-star pity or a rarity that's not the highest pity. And then it's like, okay, well, I can't get new character from that because, I'm guaranteed a different rarity. So it's really nice that you can actually just get a 5-star from that. I view that as a W. But other than that, that is pretty much the summoning system in general. You're going to have to summon for weapons and characters, unfortunately, but knowing this game, you're going to get a lot of the weapon/light cones just from doing like events or just summoning in general. You'll get a bunch of the 4-star ones. So I wouldn't stress too much, but it is going to be rather costly if you are someone who likes to have every character and every weapon. Now, back to the gameplay portion. When you are not fighting and you're running around, unfortunately you can't jump, I will say. That is one thing that is kind of sad to me. I was really sad you couldn't jump. But you pretty much run around. There's enemies on the map. You can hit them to trigger battle. If they attack you, they get an advantage. If you attack them, you get an advantage. They'll have a weakness on their head. You can also use special skills to slow them down, boost your attack. Afflict them with ailments. I know one character blinds them, so you can run up to them. Regardless of it may be, lets you change the tide of battle so you have an advantage. Other than that, there's not too much else to it. Your classic talk to the NPCs, get quests, run around, collect stuff, fight monsters. Pretty average RPG. However, I did really enjoy it. Like I said, I played the closed beta. I had a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this game. Hopefully, this helped you out a bit. Like I said, I'm only going over the main stuff. I'm going to have videos on you know, the basics of combat, the summoning system in detail, you know, different elements, weaknesses, you know, skills, what characters are good, tier list, all that stuff. So if you could hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be making Honkai content all throughout the month until the game launches. I do make content on another game, by the way, so if you see a different game pop up, I do content on both. I will be mostly focusing on Star Rail though. But other than that, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more Star Rail content, and let me know what you think of the game in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next Star Rail video.